Sukai and Tan songyun Tearful tribute to Yu Menglong. Fans can't hold back tears. The entertainment world was shaken to its core when news broke about the untimely passing of Yu Menglong, a beloved actor and singer whose warmth, talent, and kindness had touched millions. For days, fans across Asia and beyond struggled to come to terms with the reality that their shining star was gone. But nothing compared to the emotions that poured out when his close friends, Sukai and Tan songyun, stepped forward to honor his memory with a tearful tribute that left audiences in floods of tears. What unfolded was not just a farewell, but an unforgettable testament to love, friendship, and the unbreakable bond that Yu Menglong shared with those closest to him. The atmosphere at the memorial was almost indescribable. Fans gathered with white flowers in hand, some clutching handwritten letters, others holding candles that flickered softly in the evening air. A quiet murmur of sorrow spread across the venue, where thousands had assembled to pay their final respects. It was an ocean of grief, but also an ocean of love. Everyone was united in their pain, their memories, and their admiration for the man who had left behind not just a body of work, but a legacy of kindness. When Sukai and Tan songyun arrived, the crowd hushed as if the world itself paused, waiting for their words, their emotions, their farewell. Sukai, known for his strength on and off the screen, struggled to contain his emotions. His eyes were red, his voice unsteady, and when he began to speak, it was clear that every word came from the deepest part of his heart. He recalled their days of filming together, their endless laughter on set, and the quiet moments that no one else had seen. He spoke of how Yu Menglong always carried himself with humility, never letting fame cloud his judgment or his compassion. He was more than a colleague, Sukai whispered, tears slipping down his face. He was a brother to me, someone who understood me without words, someone who could make me laugh on my darkest days. I don't know how to say goodbye to him because in my heart, I never will. Tan songyun, standing beside him, held his hand tightly, her face streaked with tears that she didn't bother to wipe away. The bond she had shared with Yu Menglong was equally deep, forged through years of working together, supporting each other, and leaning on one another in times of both joy and difficulty. Her voice cracked as she addressed the audience, her words trembling with raw emotion. He was someone who loved life, who loved people, who always gave more than he received. He was the kind of person who remembered small details about you, who would call just to ask if you had eaten, who would cheer you up with his silly jokes. Losing him feels like losing a part of myself. He is gone, but he will forever remain in our hearts. At that moment, many in the audience could no longer hold back their tears. The sincerity in their words, the vulnerability in their emotions, and the depth of their love for Yu Menglong resonated with everyone present. Fans sobbed openly, some crying out his name, others whispering prayers for his soul. Even those watching from afar, through live broadcasts and recordings, admitted that they felt the weight of the grief as if they were standing in the same room. Social media erupted with messages of support, grief, and love, with countless fans expressing how much Yu Menglong had meant to them personally. As Sukai and Tan songyun continued their tribute, they shared stories that revealed sides of Yu Menglong the public rarely got to see. They spoke of his generosity, how he often went out of his way to help crew members behind the scenes, how he secretly donated to charities without ever wanting recognition, and how he believed that kindness was the true measure of success. They described his laughter as infectious, his smile as disarming, and his presence as calming. Each memory painted a picture of a man who is not just a celebrity, but a genuinely good human being. What made the tribute even more heartbreaking was the way Sukai's voice faltered when he recalled their future plans together. He revealed that they had talked about collaborating on another drama, about traveling once their schedules allowed, about sitting together years from now reminiscing about their youth. "We had so many dreams left," Sukai said, his words barely audible through his sobs. "And now, those dreams will only live in my heart." Tan songyun, unable to hold back, leaned against him for support, their shared grief palpable to everyone in the room. The sight of the two stars, usually so composed and professional, breaking down in such an unguarded way was both devastating and deeply moving. It reminded everyone that behind the glamour and the spotlight, they were human beings with real feelings, enduring a loss that no amount of fame or success could shield them from. Their vulnerability made the tribute not just about saying goodbye, but about showing the world the depth of love they had for Yu Menglong, a love that would never fade. As the tribute drew to a close, Su Kai and Tan Songyun placed white lilies at the front of the stage, a final gesture of farewell. The hall was silent except for the soft sound of weeping. Fans raised their candles, their light blending into a sea of gentle flickers, as if to guide Yu Menglong's soul into the heavens. Some whispered goodbyes, others sang softly one of his most beloved songs, their voices trembling but determined. It was a moment that transcended grief, becoming instead a collective act of love and remembrance. Outside the memorial, fans continued their vigil. Walls were covered with photographs, letters, and drawings dedicated to Yu Menglong. Messages poured in from around the world, from people who had never met him but felt as if they knew him through his work. The scale of the mourning was overwhelming, but it also showed just how much impact he had made during his life. His legacy was not just in the roles he played or the songs he sang, but in the hearts he touched, the lives he inspired, and the memories he left behind. For Su Kai and Tan Songyun, the days ahead will undoubtedly be filled with pain, but also with the responsibility of carrying forward the spirit of their dear friend. Their tribute was not only a farewell but a promise to keep his memory alive, to honor his kindness, and to share his light with the world. Fans, too, have taken up that promise, vowing to continue supporting his projects, revisiting his performances, and ensuring that his name is never forgotten. The image of Su Kai and Tan Songyun's tearful embrace at the memorial has already become iconic, symbolizing the depth of love and friendship that defined Yu Menglong's life. It is a reminder that true connections go beyond the screen, beyond fame, beyond even life itself. Their grief is raw, but their love is eternal, and in that love, Yu Menglong will live on. As the night sky stretched above the mourning fans, filled with stars that twinkled like distant candles, many found comfort in the thought that Yu Menglong was now one of them, a bright star watching over those he loved. Su Kai and Tan Songyun's tribute had not only given voice to their personal grief, but had also united thousands of fans in a collective farewell. It was a moment of heartbreaking beauty, one that will be remembered for years to come. In the end, what everyone took away from that tearful tribute was not just sadness, but an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the time they had shared with Yu Menglong, for the memories he had left behind, and for the reminder that love, in its truest form, never dies. Su Kai and Tan Songyun, standing in their grief, showed the world that even in the darkest moments, love can shine brighter than any spotlight. And though fans may never stop missing him, they will also never stop celebrating him. For Yu Menglong was not just a star on the screen, he was a star in their hearts, now and forever. The night of the tribute may have ended, but the emotions it stirred have lingered powerfully in the hearts of everyone who witnessed it. Su Kai and Tan Songyun's tearful farewell to Yu Menglong wasn't just an isolated moment of grief. It became a movement of remembrance, a wave of unity that swept across fans worldwide. In the days that followed, countless fans flooded social media with heartfelt messages, sharing how Yu Menglong's smile had brightened their darkest days, how his roles had helped them find strength in difficult times, and how his kindness had left an indelible mark on their lives. The collective mourning became something more. It became a celebration of a man whose light continues to shine, even in his absence. Su Kai was spotted days later visiting the memorial wall again, quietly placing another bouquet of white lilies beneath Yu Menglong's portrait. Fans who happened to be nearby were deeply moved by his gesture, watching as he bowed his head in silence, his emotions still raw. It was clear that for him, this loss wasn't something that would fade quickly. It was a wound that time might soften but never erase. His quiet presence reminded fans that grief is a journey, not a single moment, and that the love shared between friends can echo long after words have been spoken. Tan Songyun, too, found her own way of keeping Yu Menglong's memory alive. In a heartfelt post to her followers, she shared a series of unseen photographs, candid moments of laughter, late-night meals after filming, quiet car rides, and silly selfies that only close friends would treasure. Each photo was paired with a small caption, her words trembling with emotion but glowing with affection. "He lived with such joy," she wrote in one. "He taught me to never take small moments for granted." In another, she simply wrote, "Forever." Fans flooded the comments with crying emojis and words of comfort, their own grief intertwined with hers. The continuation of this story lies not just in the memories of Soo Kai and Tan Songyun, but in the way fans themselves have taken up the mantle of remembrance. Across cities and countries, candlelight vigils were organized in Yu Menglong's honor. Fans in Seoul, Bangkok, Beijing, and even as far as Los Angeles gathered to sing his songs, hold up banners of love, and light candles that flickered against the night. These events were shared widely online, their videos reaching millions, proving that Yu Menglong's legacy was far from confined by geography. His art had touched hearts across the globe, and now, in his passing, his spirit united them in ways no one could have imagined. What made these tributes even more powerful was the way they carried forward the message of kindness that Yu Menglong himself had lived by. Fans began campaigns in his name, raising money for charities he had once quietly supported. Some donated to children's hospitals, others organized food drives for the needy, and still others pledged to spread positivity online, vowing to reject hate and instead embrace compassion, the very values Yu Menglong had embodied. In this way, his passing sparked not only grief but also hope, inspiring thousands to live as he had lived, with love at the center. Soo Kai and Tan Songyun, though heartbroken, have found strength in this outpouring of love from fans. In interviews, they have expressed their gratitude for the way people have embraced Yu Menglong's memory, describing it as a comfort during their darkest days. Seeing the fans come together, not just to mourn but to do good in his name, it makes me believe that he is still with us, guiding us, Soo Kai said, his voice heavy with emotion. Tan Songyun echoed his words, adding, "He would have loved this." He always said he wanted his work to bring happiness to people, and now it feels like his spirit continues to do just that. The continuation of Yu Menglong's story is, in many ways, still being written. His dramas and songs remain on streaming platforms, drawing in new fans who discover him for the first time. Clips of his laughter, his interviews, and his performances circulate endlessly on social media, creating moments where people can feel his presence as though he never left. And with every share, every comment, every tear shed by someone who misses him, his memory grows stronger. For those of us who follow the world of entertainment and the journeys of stars like Soo Kai, Tan Songyun, and Yu Menglong, these moments remind us why we fall in love with these stories in the first place. It's not just about drama plots or red carpet appearances. It's about the very real human connections that bind us to them. We see their joys, their struggles, and their friendships, and in turn, we feel them in our own hearts. Soo Kai and Tan Songyun's tribute has become a powerful symbol of this connection, a reminder that true friendship can withstand even the weight of death, and that the bonds we create in this life are never truly broken. And now, dear readers, the journey doesn't end here. At K-Romance Central, we are dedicated to bringing you closer to the heart of these stories, stories of love, loss, friendship, and resilience that make the world of Asian entertainment so captivating. If Soo Kai and Tan Songyun's tribute to Yu Menglong has touched your heart as deeply as it has ours, we invite you to join our growing community of fans who celebrate these unforgettable moments together. By subscribing to K-Romance Central, you'll never miss the stories that matter. The tearful tributes, the joyous reunions, the behind-the-scenes memories, and the heartwarming connections that remind us all why we love these stars. Together, we can keep Yu Menglong's legacy alive, honor the bonds of friendship, and continue to find beauty even in the midst of sorrow. So don't just read the story, become part of it. Subscribe now, hit that notification bell, and join us as we explore the journeys of Su Kai, Tan, so many others whose lives and work continue to inspire millions. Let's remember together, let's celebrate together, and let's keep the light of Yu Menglong burning brightly for years to come. Because in the end, it isn't just about saying goodbye. It's about carrying the love forward. And with you, with us, with everyone at K-Romance Central, Yu Menglong's story will never truly end.